They're not going to teach you how to be free. Do you think by going to the school of your oppressors that you're going to get to be free? No. When they don't have respect for God, and you see that they don't have respect for God, even your preacher don't have respect for God, because if he did, he would be saying every week, "Thou shalt not kill." He don't say that. He don't say that because he's in cahoots from tradition, from where he want to be like his father and his father. See, and if you do the research, you will see that when these preachers came up, just do the research on Martin Luther King and how they try to hush these people up. And do the preacher before Martin Luther King, do the research. I forgot his name right this second. But if you look at Martin Luther King, the preacher that was in that church before he was the great one. But they made it to Martin Luther King. You know why they used the name Martin Luther? Because the original Martin Luther was the man that established anti-disestablishment. And he went against the Catholic for their nonsense. And he started his own church. And they call it Baptist. So Baptist was a watered down version of Catholic. Now Catholic wasn't good for you anyway, because what they did 325 AD, Constantine the Great made it a law that you would be a Catholic. You see? What they call Christian. See? So what they did, they tried to kill all the Hebrews. You see? Or the ones they call Israelites. The word Israel only means Ishra. It means to look up and to look for those who were coming back, you see, to those bodies who were disciplined and will be able to take that energy and that power, real life. Anyway, let's get back to Earth, Wind, and the Fire. I just want to say thank you, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and everybody for the production of that, for the ones that did the records, for the drivers that drove it, the DJs that played it. You know, that's what we need. We need to start thinking past what you just think it's all about. There's a lot of background to a lot of things. Like I said, I would think people will Ustream and the people from YouTube and the people that help establish that, and King James and his people, and everybody. Everybody plays a part. See, because when the Elohim is here, we're gonna straighten it out anyway. So whatever's not right, it will be taken away. And that's the purification. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to purify your heart. Purify your heart so you will become what we call a muklasina. You see? And I use these different words in the originality because I'm not only speaking to you, those who do not know. I'm speaking at those who do know, and waiting for that next one to come, which is called the Mahdi. Waiting for the Mahdi to come, and I am the Mahdi. There's no sense, ain't no sense in saying I'm not the Mahdi because I'm the Mahdi. But I can say you can be a Mahdi if you want to, but that don't mean it's gonna be true. And I'm gonna smile on that one. I'm gonna smile on that one. It's like I said, I'm here to teach you who you are. Okay, so if you want to be the Mahdi, I'd rather be you. I'd rather for you to be who you're supposed to be. You see, you are the all of you. We got a great here because she went through the fire. You see what I'm saying? She went through the teachings. She went through the yelling and the screaming. She went through a lot of things that you will never see that. You see, and that's in her personal life. I'm not saying the things that me and her, the conversations that we had. That's You may see that again, but you won't see on that degree because we have evolved out of that. You know, and a lot of you, when you start dealing with the people in your families, right? Let me just say this right here. First of all, the name family was supposed to be lion and famine. The word famine means that you don't have nothing because we're supposed to be in tribal formation. So what I did, because this is my job is to straighten this out, everything from whatever. Whatever I see, I straighten it out. I have that ability. Mr. Fix It. So what I did, instead of saying lion and famine, we're now going to say familiar spirits. So we're going to use the word fam for familiar spirits. You see? And these familiar spirits, even though we're not in tribal formation, we will be put into tribal formation. And that's the plan. That's the goal. One of the other goals, too, we're going to give a big shout out. Because if you notice, you can't see it now, but I do wear orange. The orange that I wear is to represent uh full range. Orange is orange, right? And it's a lot of things in orange, but it represents the prisoners all over the world, from the political prisoners to the prisoners of the immorality courts, the prisoners, you know, period. And what we're trying to do is change, and we will make it happen. Change how the Department of Correction is done, how correction is done within this particular country, and what we can do to lessen. Somebody has to take the blame for all this crime. Something is not right, you see, and it's the system, and we have to change the system, and that's what makes America so great. That we have the opportunity to make change, you see, and sometimes when you change it too fast, it's not good. So it is a slow process, you see, but everybody can make a change every 7 days, and that change is the Sabbath. And once you go to the Sabbath, and then you start respecting your Creator and her Creator, and you're in tune with the natural order of life, you good. Anyway, I'm going to shout out to the new school of generation of a positive change, prison reform, and correction at its best. And we're putting this out. New generation of leaders, the North, the South, regional directors of D.C., VA, West Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama. Is the New York Prison Connect, outreach ministry of God's Elohim Society, and just want to just put it out there. And if you're interested, you can get to call the great Ummz. She gave her number a couple of times on here, so you got to just rewind and you get the number again. She's still online right now, waiting in the wings. Uh, and we're gonna end this show, but we're gonna do it right now. Hold on, I'm gonna end this segment.